so good to see so many people that I've worked with so closely over the last 3.5 years, and I'm sorry I got you all in trouble. Many of you have been investigated, tracked down, but it's really an amazing thing to see the renovation of the City Attorney's Office, the reconstitution of the office to serve the public interest. And our attorneys now are working in areas that they've never worked in before, at least not in the last 40 years. We have the best environmental attorneys, I believe, of any city attorney's office in the state. We actually enforced the sequel law, which was kind of a new idea. But I wanted to take these few moments just to tell you a little bit about myself, because sometimes, you know, we don't take the time to learn about each other and where we came from. When I started college, I became deeply involved in Robert Kennedy's campaign. And the reason for that was because he offered the kind of hope, the kind of opportunity for real change, to bring the divisions within the country to an end, to unite the country, to stop the war in Vietnam, and to build a real social justice system within our inner city. And he represented such possibility and such hope. And when he was shot, when he was killed, many of our generation, people, I was 19 years old, it was one of the most traumatic experiences of my life. And at that point, I dedicated myself to doing everything I could to be a progressive. And over the years, I really feel, I met Linda and Carlos when I was student body president at Berkeley, and we were organizing in Delano for Cesar Chavez. And then when Cesar died, I became his lawyer, and actually was involved in Yuma, the most important case that the farm workers ever had. And Dolores Huerta, who's a sister to me, will tell you that that effort saved the United Farm Workers Union. Here in San Diego, when I got here after going to Berkeley, we didn't have district elections. They appointed people to the city council. They made it impossible for people to have representation. I brought the lawsuit on behalf of the Chicano Federation, the African American community, and the Pan-Asian community that made it possible for us to have district elections. And then over the years, when they knocked out minority contracting, or when there were environmental issues, I became involved in representing the community more and more on a pro bono basis. We have a real opportunity to change San Diego. We need 5 good votes. And then there's no limit. Right now, let me just say, right now the possibilities in the city attorney's office are almost endless. We are in the process of preparing litigation against SDG&E to enforce the state law to require them to go to 20% renewables under our franchise agreement. That's a little bit of a change from the past. But the idea is, all we are seeking right now as a group, as progressives, all we are seeking, all that any of the progressives have really sought, whether it be Woodrow Wilson, who was a Democrat, or Hiram Johnson, who was a Republican, is to have the government serve the needs of the people. And that's what the city attorney's office does now. That's what Donna Fry does. And I'm looking forward to a new city council that will join arm in arm with us and put the people of San Diego back in control of their government. I love you all. Thank you so much for letting me speak. And Scott, thank you very much for your gracious